And I want to tell you about one of the most impactful questions someone has ever asked me. And that is at a point that I was changing jobs in my career, a mentor of mine saying, "What are you better at than anybody else in the world?" And I had never thought to frame a question like that about my own skills or my own background or how I even think about what I do. My goal was how to make the biggest contribution I can on a team. How do I be part of interesting work? But it wasn't, what is it about you and what you do that you're doing better than anybody else in the whole world? And he had a great example of in his case, he brought creativity to the oil and gas industry better than anybody else in the world. And nobody thinks about this idea like I bring creativity to the oil and gas industry. I bring creativity to my industry unless it's a creative industry. And he said, look, that's not the thing that's in demand, but that's the thing that's my difference and how I think about what I do really well. And that really inspired me when we set up this firm a decade ago is how to take a different approach to investment banking, how to serve people who aren't well served, and how to be better than anybody else in the world in mergers, acquisitions, capital raising, where we've got an operating person who's unfamiliar with dealing with money people and maybe has a lot of non-financial decision characteristics. There's situations where other things are really big compared to money as a part of the equation. How do we serve that person, that entrepreneur, or maybe that nonprofit executive with transaction advice better than anybody else in the world? That has guided how we build and grow Oaklyn Consulting from day one. Hey, when I was in my 20s, a while ago, there was the best TV ad on around the holidays that was one of the Marine Corps' Toys for Tots ads. And in that ad, a little kid comes up to a Marine in his full dress uniform who's standing at attention outside a base somewhere and asks him, "Are you Santa Claus?" And the Marine doesn't break his stare and stays totally disciplined about the formal part of his job. And as the kid asks him another question or not, the camera kind of goes down to the Marine without otherwise moving, just holding out his gloved hand to take the note to Santa Claus. And beyond the point that the military is an organization in a lot of ways built and for young people, and how you shape young people at teenage years into having discipline and having purpose. This ad just to me epitomized one of the things I respect so much about the Marines, which is this combination of total discipline and total care. And as we went to start Oaklyn Consulting, one of the things we wanted to do was have total discipline around investment banking, do it as well as the best people do it. And at the same time, be totally empathetic to the situation that entrepreneurs have, or that late career business owners have, or that people with broken business models and real trouble who need to get from one place in the business bridge to a different ownership or a different level of financing or out of a financial pinch all have. And so when we approach, who do we want to be in the investment banking industry? It was to balance discipline and care in the same way that I think about the best soldiers and Marines do.